Hey everyone, this is Maurice back again with another video. And today, as you can see, I will be covering Homicide at the Heist. This is one of the hunter killer games that you can buy. They're like little escape room games where you're given a bunch of things to go through and try to solve a particular murder that has happened or some crime of some sort. And this is the third one that I have gotten my hands on. I've done, if you've seen my channel, Murder at the Motel, as well as Death at the Dive Bar. So this is the third one with Homicide at the Heist. And this one, as a whole, um, there were a couple of things that were a little bit frustrating about this one, but in terms of the story, this one was actually one of my favorite stories to go through and uncover. You're reached out to by a particular person. He mentioned that his brother was killed during a heist. He and his brother came from less than enviable circumstances, so they are accustomed to doing, petty thefts and some of these illegal jobs. But his brother kept going on doing jobs and ended up being murdered at this particular heist. So it's your job to go through and try to see what happened to his brother and who ended up being the person that killed his brother. The cool thing about this one, the hunter killer games normally have dossiers on some of the people that are the suspects in the case. They do a pretty good job with incorporating these different like newspaper clippings. And this document that you see here is like a it's like a conversation between all of the people, but you don't know exactly who they are because it has like voice 1, voice 7, voice 5. So a lot of these conversations are happening amongst all of the people that were involved in this heist. So you're trying to figure out who's voice 1, who's voice 3, and there are little things here and there that will kind of give you clues as to who is who, so you can figure out how people feel about the case, or excuse me, how they feel about the heist or how they feel about each other. So you're trying to build that opportunity, that motive, what the murder weapon is, things like that as you go through to solve this case. But I think that um, being able to read through some of these things really built out this world that you're trying to solve this crime in. Each of the different people clearly have different personalities and motives as to why they're a part of this job. So I had a lot of fun with like trying, just getting to know the suspects as I'm going through trying to solve this case. With all of the hunter killer games, with the exception of Death at the Dive Bar, they have these little like cans. They're almost like the metallic cans that you can get with they normally have like gum in it or little mints, and they have a lock that's on them. There's going to be these different clues to let you know what the combination is on these locks. This one, the puzzle for this one kept me up at night. So I was playing this one with my girlfriend, and I was spending so much time trying to figure out what this lock is. She was at the point where she's just like, it's small enough to where we could just break it open. But being the crime solver that I am, I had to figure out that lock. But she ended up winning the battle of wits on that. We just broke it open. But the puzzle for this one was interesting. I even started like a Reddit post to figure out how to solve this case or solve the puzzle. And it was interesting because there were different people that had different combinations. So it finally hit when somebody mentioned how they solved it, and I went back and looked at what it was that you had to use to solve that particular lock, and I could finally sleep after 3 days of trying to figure out what this lock combination was. But that slowed down the game so much. And I mean, there were some clues in it that may reveal who the person is pretty early, but if you're somebody like me that didn't catch on to stuff like that and want to solidify the evidence of this is the person that have done it, which this box, the stuff that's in this box definitely lets you know who it is to an extent. That was a tough one, and that could impede a lot of progress if you can't figure that out. And that's kind of one of the things with these games that I've noticed as I've been playing, that a lot, there's some substantial evidence that's locked behind these particular ones. So if you're not able to figure it out, it could definitely just completely stop you in your tracks. But other than that, I really enjoyed trying to figure this one out. It was super fun up until we were trying to figure out this lock. And even when we got past the lock, some of the um, details that they used and some of the different materials that they used to help you continue solving this case was so fun. I just hate that it was there's just a stain in my memory for this particular case because of that lock. It just took so long on just me trying to figure it out. Even once we solved the case, which we did get it right. That's just one of those things that just kind of linger in my head. So if this is one that you're looking for, I do think that the story for this one is super cool. Reading through the different documents was fun. This is one of my favorites in terms of the content of it. It was just that lock that really hindered it. But I do appreciate that they have these kind of gum these kind of gum boxes that you can use, or mint boxes that they bring them in so that it doesn't completely stop you in your track. Because when I bought Death at the Dive Bar, that one had like a little pouch or a satchel that you had to break into, which, I mean, if you have a sharp enough knife, you can just cut it open. But these are games that you can share with others once you figure it out. So if you are somebody that like to share games, you probably don't want to break open stuff like that, but sometimes it's necessary for stuff like this. But if you ever played this, let me know what you think of it. I really enjoyed this story. I do think it's worth a look into it, but be aware of that puzzle. Once you figure it out, like it's so funny. I hope y'all don't have to go through the suffering that I went through to try to figure this out, but it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this one, but that puzzle, man, that just, man, it just left a stain on me. But yeah, if you ever played this one, let me know what you think about it. Once again, my name is Maurice, and thank you for your time.